No.
All right, welcome, everybody. Call the meeting to order. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We're gonna have Kevin approve the meeting agenda in the minutes, and then I'm gonna make a brief statement. Okay?
Yes, sir. I'd like to have a consent motion for item 1.03, approval of the regular board meeting agenda on the recommendation of the superintendent to approve the November 3rd, 2025 regular board meeting agenda.
Second.
Any questions on the agenda for tonight? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved.
I'd like to ask for a consent motion for item 1.04, approval of the regular board meeting minutes upon the recommendation of the superintendent to approve the October 20th, 2025 regular board meeting minutes.
Second.
Any questions on the minutes for October 20th? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved. John, do we have people online or?
Yes, there's 5 others online.
To everybody here, to our district, I want to make a brief statement. Our district is in a bit of mourning today. This past weekend, we learned of and are deeply saddened by the passing of our friend, our teaching colleague, Katie Renner. Our hearts and our support are with Katie's family. Today, key members of our Go Blue family led the district to support services for all those who wanted it and needed it. At times like this, we certainly witness firsthand what our Geneseo culture is made of. Katie's soul will always be part of us. Please join Superintendent Bostwick and myself in a moment of remembrance for Katie and her family. Thank you. Anybody signed in for community relations? No. No report, middle school, high school. So, all right, yep. Welcome, Bill.
As many of you may know, there was an early dismissal drill recently, which I'm glad to say went very well. On the 23rd, chemistry classes celebrated Bowl Day, and the whole school celebrated Halloween on the 31st, including our annual costume contest during lunch. 10th and 11th graders took the PSAT on the 15th. Fall sports are starting to wrap up, and all of our teams should be very proud of how they've done this year. Winter sports will begin on November 17th. Drama Club's production of Newsies is in full swing, with the casting crew preparing for opening night on the 21st.
Okay. Well done, thank you. Any comments, questions for John? Any presentations? No presentation?
No, not
No presentation. Any administrative updates? Yes, sir.
No.
Okay, good. In that case, we come right to you.
Good, sounds good. A lot to share tonight, folks. Just to kind of tag on to what Mike said on behalf of all of GCS, staff, students, administrative team, we'd like to offer our most sincere and heartfelt condolences to Katie's family and friends. Katie was a beloved educator, as we know, who brought an immense amount of positive energy and joy to the district. And today was a difficult day for the GCS family, but I couldn't be more proud of the entire staff in how everyone just really stepped up and supported one another, allowed for those difficult moments, allowed for the vulnerability, and allowed people to lean into one another. There are many supports. We started together in two separate groups. Middle school, high school met first thing this morning, elementary met. It was just an opportunity to come together, an opportunity to share some hugs, some tears, and provide the supports that were needed to kind of carry on with the day. And it was a tough moment, a tough time. But again, throughout the course of the day, many supports were offered, many supports were taken. You know, we provided opportunities for quiet spaces, opportunities for larger gathering spaces, sharing memories, and, you know, through the difficult time, through even, you know, these challenges, we can grow stronger as a family. And I believe today was the first step in doing that, alongside honoring everything that Katie brought to this district in the beginning of creating and fostering an incredible legacy for her, right? We never want to forget that. So while she has left us far too early, Mike said, the memory of her and everything that she did for the district will always remain, and we'll work very hard to honor that. I'm gonna shift gears on that. It's a difficult subject to talk about. For the days ahead, we'll continue to support anyone that needs it. I want to shift gears to mention something that I think that's really important to me. This was something I had planned on providing as an update to you all in the community prior to learning about Katie's passing. So this isn't just in response to that, but it is somewhat in response to that. I want to take a minute to acknowledge our leadership team here at GCS. Being an educator is very challenging and sometimes thankless. Being an administrator and a leader sometimes makes that challenge even greater. Many people don't know the endless amount of hours, work, blood, sweat, and tears sometimes that goes into making a school district function. When you're looking at it from the outside, it just makes sense because we all experienced it, right? We went to class, we showed up, we learned, teachers did what they had to do. But there's a lot of work that goes into every single day as our students walk into the classroom. And even a greater amount of work and effort to make a district function well, like GCS does. So it takes vision, it takes systems, it takes cohesive planning, collaborative practices, and a lot of heart to do it well. The Geneseo school experience is being led by a very talented group of people. I want the community to know this. People that will give their all each and every day. They're thoughtful, they're caring, and they're driven to be the best that they can be. Our staff, our students, our community members are lucky to have each one of them leading the areas that they're leading within this district. And we believe in servant leadership, and I think it's shown every day, right? Just like our teachers serve our students, our administrative team, I have witnessed over the last 3.5 months, almost 4 months now, serving everybody around them tirelessly, always going the extra mile for anyone who needs that help. So I look forward to even better things to come, especially as we come out of this difficult moment, and I'm honored to be a part of that as well. So thank you to the leadership team, for those who are listening in, and for all of our staff for providing everything that's done on a daily basis so that our students can thrive. So thank you.
Mike, thank you for that. And I will say, I think we all agree with everything you said.
Now I'd like to give some positive highlights here. We have some band kudos. 13 GCS middle and high school band members, band and chorus members, chorus students, excuse me, have been selected to participate in the New York State School Music Association's 2025 area all-state ensembles this fall. These students were selected after a highly competitive audition process that took place last spring at Solo Fest and Victor Webster Engaged Chili. Hundreds of students from NYSSMA Zone 2, which encompasses 8 counties, auditioned for these spots. So I'd like to honor our junior high. So that would be Claire Morgan, Lily Prinzi, Lydia Pearson, Cooper Drillette, David West, Brody Bauer, and Brianna Schlenker. And then our senior high would be Reagan Donegan, Elena Colberg, Jamie Ferrero, Kaden Andrews, Ben Malaber, and Ellie Pestizo. Okay, so congratulations to all those students. Fantastic accomplishments. As Jonah said, our fall season's wrapping up and there's a lot of accomplishments. So just want to highlight some very special honors to the girls soccer coach, Nick Drolette, Section 5, Class 1 Coach of the Year. Congratulations to Nick. Allie Fowler, right? Our other board member or board rep, LCAA Division 2 Player of the Year. Fantastic. And in boys soccer, Warren Ray, LCAA Division 3 Player of the Year. And cross country, Chris Morenz, LCAA GR Boys Coach of the Year. So lots of fantastic accomplishments for the fall sports. To me, I think it's really important to note too, that when our kids are playing sports as student athletes, that's not just about the competition. It's not just about, when they're going to practice and games, not becoming better at the sport. One of the things I've witnessed here is, how important it is that there's camaraderie, there's school pride, there's sportsmanship, at the end of a season or an athletic career, as kids walk away, very little value typically is put on their performance skills. But the things I had already mentioned, like self-discipline, grit, resilience, pushing through tough times, those are the skills, those are the true values of sports and participating in athletics. And I want to thank all of our coaches for this fall and everything that they put in for their time and commitment to teaching what's really important in our athletic programs. They have done an absolutely fantastic job, and I've witnessed that over and over. So congratulations to our coaches and thank you for all the work they've done. Noah Rose, you guys know Noah, you remember, right? He's at MIT studying chemical engineering. I want to highlight just a little snippet of an email he sent recently to Mr. Kozlowski. So this is what we're striving for, right? Like these are the celebrations we're looking for, and this really highlights the quality of the programs we offer here. So words from Noah's mouth. Today in my physics class, one of my problems we were given to do in smaller groups was a question that you gave us last year about the minimum starting height needed for a roller coaster cart to do a loop around a circle of radius R. And I was the only one who had seen the problem before. Thank you for preparing me so well for my studies beyond high school. Pretty cool. That's pretty awesome. So nice to hear from Noah. He's doing great.
Good.
Couple of quick capital improvements, our capital outlay project, which we allocate about $100,000 a year to. We've decided to do some doors for increased security and functionality. Timeline for that, we're aiming hopefully for the spring, April time. And capital improvement project, no major updates since last time. I did share that it's officially approved through state ed. But one of the things I did want to share is that we've created a live document that will have continuous updates that will go out to the public. There'll be updates in the linkages that will be coming out, and there'll be updates that we're going to be putting on our website. Now they're going to be working through the process. So we'll do some continuation and updates that will be happening on a regular basis. And then one last thing, speaking of the linkages, our November issue is ready to roll. I remember a conversation not too long ago where we were talking about what do we mail, what do we email. I just would like the board's guidance on how we want to go forward with, remember, we're doing them every 2 months now, right? To consolidate a little bit on the communication. How does the board feel about electronic copies versus electronic copies and paper copies mailed out to everyone in the district?
You want me to answer or you, well,
I like both ideas.
the population has been pretty much split between digital and analog, so to speak, or paper, snail mail and other mail. So I think we probably should, at least for this round, continue until we provide further notice. Anybody?
I agree.
Sounds good. Okay. So as soon as that's published and ready to roll, which is hopefully by Wednesday, we'll get that printed and mailed off to everyone and up on the website.
I do know there have been some hiccups with the mail service at times, that certain portions of our community have been left out and not received, so we're gonna touch base with
Are we,
the post office in that process.
we can, do we have, if we ever get any specific feedback for certain houses, that would,
Yeah, I know,
That would be
I know it
helpful.
existed, I don't know where it is.
so we're talking about in the past, this year or in the past?
In the past.
Years.
Okay.
Okay, okay, all right.
Yeah,
Okay.
Okay, that's all for me.
All set?
Thank you very much.
good update, thank you. Finance committee meet tonight, yeah,
Yeah, audit meeting, met tonight. We had a representative from Mendel Metzger and Bar, that went over our audit. Overall, the comments were the districts have done a great job establishing reserves. That we're hitting our sweet spot for appropriating fund balances and using reserves. Done a very good job of conservative budgeting. The audit revealed no material weaknesses, good internal controls, no significant deficiencies. There were just some procedural type recommendations, which there's already been a corrective action plan that's been submitted. And that's before us tonight on our agenda. After the audit, we went over the revenue status report, the appropriation report, the collateral report, and we went over the budget development calendar. And then we briefly had a discussion about maximizing the coasters that are available.
excellent. Thank you. Sounds like a busy meeting. I do want to commend the audit team and in particular, Stephanie's out there, for the very proactive corrective action. I know there were very minor points to be, but the corrective action was very well done. Thank you. Okay, Kevin, anything on policy tonight?
Yeah, we met and, we've got, 6 policies up for review or for adoption tonight. They're in the 5,000, range, which is our financial, perspective of the policy manual. So, budget planning and development, school district budget hearing, budget adoption, administration of the budget, purchasing, competitive bidding and offering, and procurement of goods and services. These are all addressed and, good conversations with the finance committee, with Stephanie and something. Stephanie really played a major part in tidying these things up, tuning them into being workable policies for us in the future and stuff like that. So they're up for, vote tonight in, section 9.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
Megan, anything on GCEF or we all set?
No, next meeting I'll have an update.
All right. Okay, with that said, Kevin, I'll turn to you for personnel.
On personnel, I'd like to ask for consent motions for item 8.02 to 8.10.
Second.
Any questions on the personnel items? With that, all in favor?
Right.
Any opposed? So moved.
Under new business, section 9, I'd like to ask for a consent motion for items 9.02 to 9.05.
Second.
Any questions on any of these? It's certainly the policies that Kevin just referenced, also the district-wide safety plan, some updates to that. And I think that the safety committee will continue to evaluate the safety plan for the district. Any questions, comments? Additions? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So moved.
Under section 10, business office, I'd like to ask for consent motions for items, 10.02 through 10.09.
Second.
Any questions on the business office items? The budget calendar is here, so if all has a chance to look at that, I know audit committee certainly has. But we're about ready to kick off the new season. So. All right. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So, old business. I don't believe we have any old business. You all set? With that, I just want to thank everybody for, October 20. We had our first of what, maybe two, maybe three, retreats. The board met with the district leadership in here. We covered, it was a very aggressive agenda. We did get through item 1 of 4. We did touch on a little bit of the others here and there, but, a lot of really great dialogue between the district, the board, and others related to the initial setting the goals. And a very high level, very preliminary right now, draft in process and being circulated for further comment. We will follow that up in the very near future with some evaluation and setting of budget parameters. That is the next on the, I know Stephanie's looking at me saying, when are we gonna get it? That is the next on the list here. There is a Superintendent Bothwick and I did meet, so there is a very rough draft of that at this point. We'll circulate that and get some additional feedback in terms of that, and then come back and try to meet as best we can. Once we get through the first 2 items, the goals and the budget parameters, then we will turn our attention to a bigger communication review, as well as then the strategic plan for the next 3 years or so. As part of the strategic plan, we'll certainly continue discussions regarding multi-year planning, asset management planning, and a few other key topics related to Portrait of a Graduate, which is 2028. That's the time.
29.
29.
29, but it's as soon as we want to get it up and running.
At least the Geneseo version of Portrait of a
Right.
Graduate, as well as STEAM and project-based learning. Those are the key components for the next conversation. So again, thank you to all who attended. More to follow. It's an ongoing dialogue. Unlike in the past, there'll be multiple sessions as opposed to one big, long, drawn-out session. Okay, so. Any comments? That's all I have for tonight. Any comments from the board, anything?
I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was
Enjoyed the retreat?
yeah,
Okay, so that's good to hear.
wonderful.
Good. Since you enjoyed it so much, we're gonna have at least 2 more.
Here for
All right, with that, I think we're all set.
Executive session, motion for adjournment at 7:27.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Thank you, everybody.